Let's move on to Derek Carr. Albert, you started this interview by saying that the Raiders talking about a trade for Carr. Who in the world would trade for Carr in that contract when they know they got to cut him right after the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Why would that happen?
I think it'd be well, there are two reasons. Number one, it would be a team that would be looking for certainty, right? Like, so if you get him now, like if you agree to a trade now you're taken care of, and you can start planning for the season.
Right.
And you don't have to worry about maybe we get him, maybe we don't in the middle of February. The reason Carr would want that is to save face and the optics of it, and it looks better if you get traded than if you get cut. And because he's got the no trade clause, he can control his destination, and his contract would be intact. And so it could mean financially better things for him. I don't know if he'd be able to get the contract he has right now on the open market. So that'd be why it would happen. But, I think it's certainly going to be difficult, because I think the way teams are going to look at this is we're going to say, even if we don't get Derek Carr, like, would we be okay with Baker Mayfield or Jimmy Garoppolo or Daniel Jones? Like, you look at the names of some of the quarterbacks that are going to be out there in free agency, and it's like, is it worth it? Now, Derek Carr might be better than those guys, but is he so much better that you're willing to take on that contract and give up a draft pick to get him?
Well, the other issue is, Albert, too.
Those other guys in free agency.
Right. The other issue is, though, is like, let's just say somebody would be interested in Derek Carr, but they want to see what happens with Brady first. Or they would be interested in Derek Carr, but they got to see what happens with the Dolphins and Tua first. Like, would the Dolphins be in this mix? Or whatever the heck is going on in Baltimore that has now been 2 weeks under the radar because we're focused on the rest of the playoffs with Lamar Jackson. Could he be made available? Like, what? Aaron Rodgers? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so many places might be interested in Carr, but they want to see how that plays out first. And that's not going to happen in the next week or two, with his timeline.
That's the thing is, like, so that's why I think, like, this is an important week. Again, this is the week where, Brad Holmes and Mike Disner came here. Brad Holmes had just gotten the GM job in Detroit, and he came here determined to get closure on Matthew Stafford because he thought it'd be the smartest thing for the Lions to get in front of it and get in front of the market and offer somebody the certainty right away. So he wasn't dealing with teams considering different options and maybe driving the price down. And I think that that's exactly what Dave Ziegler is going to try to do here. Is you come in and you say, listen, maybe get Brady, maybe you don't. Maybe Rodgers available, maybe he isn't. Maybe Lamar's available, maybe he isn't. Maybe you like Baker, do you like him as much as Derek? And, I think the selling point for Dave Ziegler coming here, and he has talked to a couple teams, I think there's at least one team in the NFC South that I think would be interested in exploring a trade. Like, you look at, like, I think the idea is, like, do you want the bird in hand or do you want two in the bush? You know what I mean? Like, and do you want to have, like, the ability to take care of your quarterback position and not deal with the uncertainty of waiting for the next 6 weeks to unfold and seeing what happens with all of those other guys? So that would be the selling point. And I think it could be attractive to a team that might think it doesn't have the most attractive situation to offer to a quarterback, where you feel like we need to do something early because we're going to be in competition with all these other teams for quarterbacks, and we might not win in that sort of battle.
I mean, I think we just kind of set up the quarterback carousel over the next several weeks right there. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.